311, we have a picture. We see the Earth right in the center of the screen, over.
Roger, Houston, Apollo 11. Calling in from about 130,000 miles out. And we'll zoom our camera in slowly to get the most magnification we can. Over.
Roger.
This view is coming to us from about 129,000 nautical miles.
11, Houston, the definition is pretty good on our monitor here. The color's not too varsity, at least on this set. Could you describe what you're looking at, over?
Roger, you're seeing Earth as we see it at our left-hand window, just a little more than a half Earth. We're looking at the eastern Pacific Ocean. In the north half of the top half of the screen, we can see North America, Alaska, United States, Canada, Mexico, and Central America.
11, Houston, if you could comply, we'd like to see some smiling faces up there. If you could give us some interior views, I'm sure everybody'd like to see you, over.
Okay, we'll reconfigure the PD for that.
Roger. Now we're coming in. Can't quite make out who that is. That's Big Mike Collins there.
Well, you got a little bit of, hello there, split friends. You got a little bit of me, but Neal's in the center couch and Buzz is doing the camera work this time.
Is Buzz holding your cue cards for you, over?
Cue cards have a no. We have no intention of competing with the professionals, believe me.
11, Houston, we just lost our pick. I see we're going back outside now, over. 11, Houston, you copy, over?
Roger, we copy. And as we pan back out to the distance at which we see the Earth, we'll have Apollo 11 signing off.
Day 3, July 18th.
Apollo 11, this is Houston, over.
Go ahead, Houston.
Roger, I've got the morning news here if you're interested, over.
Yeah, we sure are. We're ready to copy and comment. That's 2:30 there?
Roger. Okay, here we go. The interest in the flight of Apollo 11 continues at a high level, but a competing interest in the Houston area is the easing of watering rules. Mayor Louis Welch promises the lifting of lawn watering restrictions if the rains continue. Friday is partly cloudy and there's a 30% chance of thunder showers in the afternoon. In sports, the Houston Oilers are showing plenty of enthusiasm in their early preseason workouts at Kerrville, and Coach Wally Lamb says he is impressed with the fine group of rookies. And in Corby, England, an Irishman, John Coyle, has won the World Porridge Eating Championship by consuming 23 bowls of instant oatmeal in a 10-minute time limit from a field of 35 other competitors, over.
I'd like to enter Aldrin in the oatmeal eating contest next time.
See pretty good at that?
He's doing his job up here.
55 hours and 35 minutes into the mission. The astronauts are preparing to go into the LEM. The event is being televised back to Earth.
11, Houston, we're really amazed at the quality of the picture up in the tunnel. It's really superb, over.
It is considering the amount of light up in there. Roger, we're about to open that hatch now.
Right.
There's that same guy that when you open up the doorway, he's waiting halfway and he turns the lights on.
How about that? It's like the refrigerator.
That conversation between Charlie Duke and Mike Collins referring to the automatic light that comes on in the LEM when the hatch is opened.
11, Houston, Buzz, you already in, over?
Alright, I'm halfway in. I'm going to start turning around, I guess.
Buzz Aldrin reporting that he's halfway into the LEM. This view is inside the LEM cabin.
We had a view, Buzz, of the utility light cord.
Now, let me show you if you looking the other way.
Right, and we see right now a utility light or either a floodlight up there. I think now I see the utility light still in the storage bag. Hey, that's a great shot right there. We see you in there. Guess that's Neal and Mike. Better be, anyway.
And we're going to turn our TV monitor off now for a short bit while we have some other work to do. Apollo 11 signing off.
The crew is bedded down for the night, and here's an announcement from Mission Control.
This is Apollo Control at 61 hours 39 minutes. We've had no further conversation with the crew since our last report. Flight surgeon says there is no indication at this time that they have begun to sleep, but we expect they'll be getting to sleep here shortly. Coming up in less than 10 seconds now, we'll be crossing into the sphere of influence of the moon. A computational changeover will be made here in Mission Control. At this point, as the moon's gravitational force becomes the dominant effect on the spacecraft trajectory, and our displays will shift from Earth reference to Moon reference. At 61 hours 41 minutes, this is Apollo Control, Houston.
Day 4 in the flight log of Apollo 11, July 19th. The crew is observing the moon.
View of the moon that we've been having recently is really spectacular. It fills about 3/4 of the hatch window, and of course we can see the entire circumference, even though part of it is in complete shadow and part of it's in Earthshine. It's a view worth the price of the trip.
Well, there are a lot of us down here that would be willing to come along.
That was Neil Armstrong.
I hope you get your turn in soon. My Dave will be able to bring the whole motor along. I'll save a lot of antenna switches.
That's Charlie.
The MOCR is the Mission Operations Control Room. It's the control center here.
LOI, Lunar Orbit Insertion. The burn for lunar orbit was made while the spacecraft was out of contact on the far side of the moon. We're waiting now for the signal to be reacquired at the Madrid, Spain tracking station as it comes around.
Madrid AOS. Madrid AOS. Telemetry indicates that the crew is working on the antenna angles to bring the high gain antenna to bear.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. How do you read?
Reading loud and clear, Houston, how was?
Roger, reading you the same now. Could you repeat your burn status report?
It was like perfect.
Roger. And the spacecraft is looking good to us on telemetry.
Everything looks good up here.
Apollo 11 is in lunar orbit, an elliptical orbit. A second burn will bring it down into a near circular one about 60 miles above the surface. We're waiting for the crew to report the status of that second burn.
Apollo 11, Houston, we're standing by. Over.
VGY minus 0.0. VGZ minus 0.1. Delta VC minus 5.2. Fuel 362. Ox 364. Unbalanced plus 50. And our post-burn now 94s. 66.1 by 54.4. Go ahead.
Roger, copy the burn report. Sounds good.
You heard that report from Commander Neil Armstrong indicating that LOI-2 came off almost precisely as planned.